Welcome to grade 3 English class. Today we are going to do lesson number 5, Young Stars. Before we begin the lesson, I request you all to open your textbook and have a pencil in your hand. Now in the lesson begins with an activity called Tickle the Mind. This is a beautiful activity for you all which you would be doing after I finish explaining the lesson. Now prior to that, a small information that I want to share with you all is there is a word wagon in every lesson. That is very important for you because you need to learn the spellings of the words, and also there are meanings given in small box in the textbook. Please learn the meanings too. Now as I read the lesson, I request every one of you to underline the new words that you are learning for the first time and the difficult words the words which you feel are difficult to spell by you, please underline them, and when you find time, do read these spellings and try to understand its meaning, because as a student of English you need to know lot of words and you must know the meaning of those words. That's very important for every one of us. Okay, so now let's begin the lesson. Are you all ready? Malavat Purna becomes the youngest female to climb Mount Everest. The 13-year-old poor tribal student from the remote region of India made history on Sunday, May 25th, 2014 by becoming the youngest girl to climb Mount Everest at 29,035 feet, the tallest mountain on earth. This is a great news, right? So, what is the age of Malavat Purna? She was just 13 years old girl and she belongs to a tribal school. Now we have these schools in our country everywhere, in every state. Wherever there are tribal children, education is given from the government on free basis for them. And these children are encouraged in sports too. So this girl belongs to such a place. And what is remote region? Remote region is which is not a city or a town. It must be interior to in the state. Okay, so she climbed Mount Everest. Do you have information about Mount Everest? Yes, it is the highest peak in the world. Malavat Purna achieved this rare feat along with Sadanapalli Anand, a 17-year-old student from the same social welfare schools. Now these are social welfare schools and these children are from Telangana Social Welfare School. Okay. So the Anand is 17 years old and both of them did it together. And who was Anand? He was the son of a poor cycle mechanic. So people do travel in the remote places in bicycles only, on bicycles. So this father of Anand was a poor cycle mechanic. Anand was a school dropout who worked on a farm in Khammam in Telangana state. So dropout is he couldn't go to the school because the money that was earned by his father was not enough for feeding. So what happened? So Anand also left the school and he started working. Where was he working? He was working on a farm. He was working in a farm in Khammam in Telangana state. But he is very good at sports. See, God has given him a great gift, right? So though he couldn't afford to study, this boy Anand was good at sports. So he joined a school again. Seeing his talent, the authorities encouraged him to become a part of this expedition. So now what is expedition? Expedition is a journey where adventurous journey it is. So in this they had to climb up. So that is called trekking. They have some sticks in their hand, they keep doing it and climbing up. Have you seen this on the TV? Yes, very good. So you would have watched few programs where they are showing such great acts. Malavat Purna is from Pakala, a remote tribal village in Telangana state, Nizamabad district. Purna is a student of class 9 in a village called Tadwai, Telangana state social welfare residential schools. Now in the state of Telangana, the government has an option for for the welfare of the tribal children. There are schools under the department called Telangana State Social Welfare Board. And here the schools are residential. Residential is where the children stay in the school They have a hostel facility, and all the food and everything is taken care by the government of Telangana. So even Purna belonged to one of the such schools. Okay, her parents are daily wage workers. Now, what is this daily wage workers? Daily wage workers are those people who get paid every day for their work. Like the people carrying bricks when some construction is going on, or carrying load from one place to another. All these people are called daily wages. She is extremely good at studies and extracurricular activities. Who was this? This was Purna. Purna was very good at studies and extracurricular activities also, that is sports and all. She was very good. It was for the first time the two tribal students from the remote area of Telangana state, India, had attempted climbing Mount Everest. So for the first time, these two people from the state of Telangana, who are they? Malvat Purna and Anand. Both of them, Purna and Anand, were two young people who got an opportunity to climb Mount Everest. Purna planted the first Indian flag at the summit and declared, "The world is very small." So what is this summit? Summit is the top of the peak. After climbing up on the Mount Everest, she put the Indian flag over there, and what did she say? The world is very small. So for her, from there, the world looked very small for her, right? The two students were selected for a 52 expedition by the Telangana State Social Welfare Educational Society. So these two students, who were the two students? Purna and Anand, were selected for 52-day expedition. Expedition is the journey that they were doing it by the Telangana State Social Welfare Educational Society. The program was developed to encourage young tribal students from poor to remote area. So what happened? They picked up students. This program is under the government sector, and they were doing it to promote children from poor family background and remote area. Okay, but their selection was not an easy one. They had to compete with around 2 lakh students from 299 state social welfare residential schools across the Telangana state. So all through the state had 299 schools, and from these 299 schools, 2 lakh children had competed with these two people, and out of them, these two were selected. In the beginning, 108 students were selected. 108 students. First 108 students were selected. After a training course held in Bongiri of Nalgonda district, only 20 students were shortlisted. So first, from 2 lakhs, 108 children were selected, and 108 children were given training. In that training, 20 students only were shortlisted. Then these 20 students were trained at Darjeeling Himalaya Mountaineering Institute. So see, the government has taken lot of pain, to promote these children. So the 20 students were sent to Darjeeling for the training, how to climb mountains. Mountaineering is that only. So after the training, during this harsh training, what is harsh training? It is a difficult training, it is not an easy one. Okay. During this harsh training program, these students were made to climb icy mountains in the Sino-Indian border. So what they did, we have border wherever the Himalayan mountain ranges are there. In that area, these students were given training to climb the icy mountains. It is not easy, children, as we watch in the movies or as we watch somewhere, it is not at all easy to climb mountain. So if mud is there, it is very easy. They hold something, rock or some stone, and they climb. But when it is ice, it is very difficult, and there are chances that we may trip and fall down, or we may get stuck in the valleys and all that, right? There are incidences when lot of people have died while climbing the Mount Everest. So the same thing can happen. So that's the reason the training is called a very harsh training. Purna got A grade by climbing Kanchiganja. Okay, this is a mountain which is the third highest mountain in the world. So when she was able to do that, Purna and Anand were chosen for this expedition because they were very tough and they had, you require a lot of patience and a lot, the ability to undergo pain. So like, when you're going on the ice, you may get hurt also. You should be able to tolerate the climatic conditions, right? So they were both tough. That's the reason they both were chosen. And when did they begin this? They started doing this on April 4th from Kathmandu. They faced many hardships during the ascent. Ascent is the climbing up. They even thought of withdrawing from the expedition. So after going halfway, they felt, let me come back again. Why not go in front? I am tired. But they were strong-willed and faced all the difficulties boldly and finally made history on 25th May 2014. So they started off on April 4th and they reached there on the top on 25th May. So see, just count how many days it took for them to climb, right? And they didn't give up. They thought, anyway, let us succeed, and they went and they finally did it. Speaking about her rare feat of climbing Everest, Purna said, now I feel I can do anything I set my heart to do. So can so many girls out there, if they work towards their dream, they can make it happen. So after climbing Mount Everest, what is Purna saying? She is saying to all the girls, young girls, what was the age of Purna? Just 14 years, right? So she says that, the world is not, in this world, everything can be achieved. She says, if you think in your heart, I can do it, we can always make our dream come true. Bhaiya, age 14 hai, 13 hai. So Purna was only 13 years old and she wanted to tell all the girls that, you can achieve your dreams. It is only that we need to dream about it, some achievement. We need to set a plan for ourselves and then we can achieve everything. Poverty is not a barrier if you are poor and are given a chance. So what did Anand say? Anand felt that, not having money is not a barrier. Barrier means it is not going to stop us. It is not an obstacle. It is not a hurdle to stop us from growing. So he says, poverty, if you don't have money, don't think you cannot do anything. If we are given a chance, we can really do it. The whole world appreciated and praised the success of the two achievers. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, I am very happy to read this. Congrats to our youngsters. They make us truly proud. So the Prime Minister said that we are all proud of these two young achievers. So see children, they are only 13 and 17 years, Anand and Purna. So you all also can really achieve something. Think about some nice goals for yourself. If you have talent, please develop your talent. Okay children? So we have learnt about these two people. It's a very nice lesson. Read the lesson again, underline the new words and the difficult words, do the activity, tickle the mind, and after the lesson you have exercises. Please try to answer the exercise. Thank you children.